welcome back to another warm-up show with the Hockey Coach Go. Coach Francis Clifford before country of 10 on the great Wednesday night, April 12, 2023. And we have to welcome back directly from Toronto, somewhere, somehow, waiting for the turn on the show. Mr. ENORTAP is back in the house.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation.
Welcome back, Mr. ENORTAP.
Ready to
Thanks so much to be with us tonight on the great internet. Sorry, I did not hear what you said at the beginning because the volume was not on. But three games only tonight.
Ready to close off the season. That's what I said.
Okay, well, yeah, sorry. 3 games, Mr. ENORTAP, on the program tonight.
That's it. It's a prelude to tomorrow. Tomorrow we have 15.
16 game tomorrow. Night. This is the end of the season with 15. So almost the end. Yes, Islanders finished their calendar tonight.
That's right.
So
good old Islanders.
You'll be interested to see that, Mr. ENORTAP, if they're going to find a way. They have their destination, their destiny, and their hands. Like we said, like Pittsburgh have theirs yesterday, but they fall apart. We're going to talk about the last 10 games happening yesterday in the NHL. We're going to give you a little bit more information about that. We're going to give you a little bit information about the Montreal Canadiens. I'll play tonight. Again, the New York Islanders, we have the preview game. Then I'm going to give you a little bit. We still have some race in the NHL setup. So we're going to talk about those races in NHL. And, of course, we're going to go through this one. Then tonight we are back at the NHL lottery, Mr. ENORTAP. We're going to checking the Tackathon, what it looked like, the Montreal, what selection they're going to get. So we're going to get there tonight, Mr. ENORTAP, to be sure. And we want to congratulate that we have 2 people make the bus yesterday. I want to thank you so much, me, to share my pick for the Edmonton Oilers last night. If not, I will be on the bus tonight with Luciano and Richard Modern. Richard Modern, for the second time, is back-to-back in the bus, Mr. ENORTAP. So we want to congratulate both of them with a record of 8-2 last night on the 10 game. Very interesting night. So Richard Modern, whatever he is right now, is doing pretty good on the prediction, by the way. But let's further ado, welcome everybody in the chat. Mr. ENORTAP will be a very quick one. First of all, we have our friend Vinny James 007 is in the house.
Hey, Vinny, welcome.
Hey, Mr. Luciano GRAZIANO, moderator of the Hockey Nation Show, always been with us. Welcome back, yes, on the beginning of the season.
Welcome, Luciano.
Then after that, we have, of course, Le Captain Ryan Cook is in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. Welcome back, Ryan.
How's it going, Ryan? Welcome.
After he left the NASCAR driveway in Orlando during the weekend, back now on the road on the 407. You have to be a little bit more slow on that road, Mr. ENORTAP. But back with us, Mr. Dixon Automotive Group is in the house.
Welcome, Dixon.
From Finland, welcome back, Mr. Jarmo Vartanen.
Moi moi, Jarmo.
Did you pick golf and horse? I did not. Run with Kings from Utah. Welcome back. Good afternoon, another moderator.
Hello, Ron. Welcome.
What about William McClary? Welcome back, Mr. William McClary.
How's it going, William?
Yeah, we said Chicago killed Calgary, Pittsburgh, and the Jets. Yes, they beat them in the last couple of weeks, Mr. ENORTAP. And then we have everybody in the house. We need to lose it, boys, tonight. Yes, the Montreal need to lose tonight, Mr. ENORTAP. That's what we got so far in the show. We want to thank everybody for the chat. Wonder if Daniel Wolf get a shot the net for the Flame tonight.
Yes, he's confirmed the starting tonight for Calgary.
Wolf confirmed with them tonight. With the Sunday order game last night. Good job going to 82-3 guys. Run with Kings. And that's what got Mr. ENORTAP on that one over there. And that's what we have, Mr. ENORTAP. What caught your attention last night?
Oh, well, where do you want to begin, Coach? You want to begin with the Pittsburgh game?
Whatever you want to
That's
start. This is all the winner
oh
we
my
got.
goodness. Yes, of course. And notice Pittsburgh's not there. That was, the night before we said, how can the Islanders take on a game against Washington without Ovechkin, without Oshie, totally have thrown in the white towel and lose to them when the game is so important. Well, we saw that again last night, right? Pittsburgh really did not show up for this game in my eyes. Chicago, in a short span of time, put in I think 3 or 4 goals in a row, and that was pretty much it. That's all they needed. It's they have nobody to blame for this but themselves. They have a real big uphill battle if they still want to get that last position, but it would require the Islanders to win. Um, the Islanders to lose to Montreal tonight, and they still would have to win their last game. I believe it's against. I can't remember who Pittsburgh's last game is against, but it's not a difficult game. So anything's still possible, but I think pretty much the Islanders were
Columbus.
given a mulligan. Columbus, so it is a difficult game. um, so it's gonna be interesting. I think that pretty much they gave up their one shot at getting in there this year. I thought they gambled way too much at the beginning of the year in re-signing old talent. Yes, they were all elite players like Letang and Rust and Malkin, and yes, they had good years, but they also should have realized that this is a team that's had this formula for a long time and have not won in a long while. So, what made them think that they could go to the well once again, and this time come up on the positive side of that? I think it's poor thinking through this. Then you throw in the fact that they made a couple of bad trades, with Matheson for Petrie and Marino leaving, and that totally decimated their defensive core. And on top of that, they had a lot of injuries, especially in goaltending. And when they got Jari back, eventually he wasn't at the top of his game. So you put all those things together, and quite actually, matter of factly, I would say I'm surprised that they hung around as long as they did. But enough about that. The other game, I think, obviously the Devils took care of their business, a convincing 6-2 victory over the Buffalo Sabres. Jack Hughes recorded his 97th point of the year, which is amazing if you think about it. And he also had some time off. It broke the single season franchise record previously held by Patrick Eliash back in, I think it was 2000. So that was a nice thing to see. Tampa Bay and Toronto. Um, I don't know what to make of this game, to be totally honest with you. Even Cooper after the game kind of said, it was a nothing game for either one of us. But I think it goes deeper than that. I think there is a little bit of worry here in Tampa Bay's eyes. They've lost to the Leafs pretty much. I think 3 out of the 4 games that they played this year, if I'm not mistaken. The the injuries are mounting up for Tampa Bay. Looks like they're going to start without Tanner Janot as well, which is going to hurt them. Um, and I don't know how long that defensive core will be able to hold up. Having said that, they are playing the Leafs, and if the Leafs can adapt a little bit better mindset, they should be fine. But if they resort to holding their sticks tighter to get this, in this round of the playoffs, like they have in the last little while, based on history, then they're going to be in for a tough ride. But we'll see what happens. It's not much of a incident there. The Winnipeg continues to win. 3-1 impressive victory over Minnesota, although I would say Minnesota carried most of that game yesterday. I think offensively they were a much better team, but you saw the importance of having an elite goalie like Connor Hellback. This guy just made some extraordinary saves. I would say he stole those 2 points for Winnipeg, which solidified the wild card position in the West. And Minnesota pretty much might end up in third now in their division. We'll see how that unfolds. Exciting game between Edmonton and Colorado, Coach. Uh, could have really gone either way. I thought the two teams really played extremely well. Maybe not so much the first period where they sort of were feeling each other out a little bit, and maybe there was some fatigue. But I thought the second period, Edmonton really picked up the pace. They outshot Colorado 17-7. In the third period, I thought Colorado carried most of the play, and it was really by the end of it all. I think Edmonton had taken about 40 shots and Colorado 30. But again, ever since Ekholm was picked up, the Edmonton Oilers, I believe, are 17. I want to say 17-4-1, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But it's something that outrageous. It just goes to show that if you get, even just one good defenseman joining your group, how it can help restructure and put everybody in their right seats. Congratulations to Bouchard, who scored the winner in overtime there. Vegas continues to win. They defeated Seattle handily by a margin of 4-1, and of course, Vancouver took care of business, although it was harder than I thought it would be, over Anaheim by a margin of 3-2 yesterday.
Yeah, well, resume what's going on around the league for sure. First of all, we want to welcome Nicholas Long is in the house, following by the Russell Smith that is in the house. Chicago Bear Nick is in the house. Joseph Laham is in the house. Richard Modern Top is back in the house. Will be back home tomorrow. So congratulations, Richard. We wish you speed recovery at home. Shaw had a hat trick last night, by the way. Rick Kane, he is in the house. So all of them, welcome back in the house. Don't forget to click on the likes.
Welcome, everyone.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this. I just mentioned Boston. Now they are the team with the most points in one season, like you said. And then for me, many game was about the playoff situation. You can see some kind of the roughness. Rough was really rough yesterday. A lot of fight, everything like that. Toronto, Tampa Bay, Minnesota, and Winnipeg Jets. And then you got Edmonton, Colorado. It was physical at some point, and that was the preparation of the playoff 2023. You can see that mode. Unfortunately, the biggest surprise last night really the Pittsburgh Penguins. For no reason, they should lost that game yesterday, and they cannot point anybody. They can look around outside because this themselves they did that, and unfortunately, very interesting. Since 2009, this is the first year Malkin play his full season. Mr. Tap never been there, and it's rare because the last 16 years that we always see Crosby in the playoff or Malkin in the playoff with Le Tank, and this is not going to happening this year. So unfortunately for that, now it could happen again if the Islanders lost tonight and the Pittsburgh win tomorrow again. The Columbus Blue Jacket, mathematically it's possible, but you never know what could happen. But again, it's going to be very interesting without them in the playoff. The Pittsburgh Penguins possible. They missed the playoff for the first time in the last 17 years in the tap.
And don't forget Ovechkin as well. Like those two, Crosby and Ovechkin, have been head to head in the playoffs many years.
Yeah.
And this year, I think we're starting to see a change of hands here. Like now we're starting to see the McDavids and Hughes and those McKinnon. It's now their league, and they're starting to take over.
Yeah, absolutely about that one over there for sure. For Washington, it will be the first time they miss in the last 8 years. I could be, but on the flip side, this is year number 12 for the Buffalo Sabres. Honestly, are not going to make the playoff this year.
Yeah, unfortunately, because they had a good year. They had a good year, but
But it's really
in the end came
meaningful
short.
to see the end of the season, right? They can build for that last 10 game with Devin Levi between the pipe, everything. So that they have a lot of good things. They can pick it up from that situation. Now move on to the next thing. But will be interesting to see that for them for sure. What will be their move? A lot of movement will happen, honestly, with Calgary, Pittsburgh, and the Washington Capitals on the off season. We want to welcome back Mr. Woody Snyder is in the house.
Hey, welcome, Willie.
And that's what we got for a lot of people. So from your result, Mr. Tap, the 3 star of the night we got yesterday on this great evening. First of all, rare, but Amadio for the Vegas Golden Knight have to go 3 point yesterday. Another pick, I believe, for the Toronto Maple Leaf. I think he's over 15 goals right now. Thomas Tatar to goal at
It's the end
three
of the
point.
year.
What a great year for Tatar with them honestly play on the
Yes,
third line most of the time. And then
but
Owen
now
Tippett.
he's going to disappear.
Yep,
Now
Owen
he's going to
Tippett
disappear in
two
the
goal.
playoffs. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Tippett continues to perform with the Flyers. The one that got traded for the Fleur Panthers. Again, Claude Giroux. Let's move on our mission top for the Montreal Canadiens tonight. Joel Destel is back, not back. He'll be his first game debut in NHL. This is a dream for the young men like him. Dream to wear the Montreal Canadiens. He did it, and he's going to be on the 4 line tonight. Play with Pesada and Jake Evans. Then we have Alar. Frederic Allard returned when Montreal Canadiens played his second game of the season. He got traded from the Los Angeles Kings to the Montreal Canadiens. Call up both of them from the Laval Rocket. Laval Rocket play an important game tonight, 7:30 against the Toronto Maple Leafs and Marlins. They need a W to stay in the race. They have to win the both game. If they win the both game, they'll be fine for the rest of the night of the season. If Cleveland have to lose one of the 3 games to give the Laval to have a pass for the playoff. Cleveland's going to play 2 of the last 3 games again, the Rochester American, or they are one of the best team in the North Division. Toronto Marlin on the top, but Marlin lost 9 of the last 10 game over there, so possible Montreal. Laval could take advantage of that situation. Sean Farrell returned on the ice for the Montreal game. Some kind of controversy about him today. About the fact like if he play tonight, he's going to get $25,000 go on the salary cap for Montreal Canadiens next season, and some people they're not going to let him play because of the salary cap. So do you think Martin St. Louis is really thinking about that at the end of the night? So 25,000, can we get 25,000? Where we go then? There you go.
Get my wallet. Get my wallet.
So Sean Farrell is going to play for the Montreal Canadiens. Montembeau returned between the pipe for the Montreal. And of course, like I said, Allow is going to be a defenseman. So the line, Montreal be the same. Armia play with Ziski and Hoffman. Now Sean Farrell play on the second line for the Montreal Canadiens with Kuryanov and Jonathan Drouin. That's what the top line for the Montreal. And we'll see if Farrell are you going to look like after missing the 2 game. View the game. You know, when you see Farrell, you see a little bit Charles Hudon for the Montreal Canadiens. Both of them are 5'9", 5'10", 180 pounds, and then the draft 5th round, 122, 124. So Farrell is just a learning process for him. I'm not worried about him, to be honest with you. No worries for Buffalo. Time is on their side. A few good pickup, and they are in next year. Even Nicholas, possible, would be interesting for the summer. We have Mr. Pierre Martin in the house, Mr. Martin.
Welcome, Pierre.
William said, do you think both Sutter and Traveling would be removed out at the end of the season? Removed.
I think Sutter will. I'm not so sure about Traveling, but I mean, bottom line is he created the team, right? Traveling. And we'll see if they feel that there's some accountability to be held there as well. But I really don't see. I don't see Sutter returning.
Yeah. I think Sutter would be the one would be out. If one of the two would be out, or I would go with Sutter. And if
Yeah,
traveling is out, Sutter for say would be out too because the new GM would be trying to changing everything over there. I still believe traveling could be another life over there. Um, you know,
I think so.
a GM, it takes a little bit longer to fire a GM. They build those kind of relationship with the owners. They are close together, and you know, what I mean, it's not like the same thing like a coach. Like we have no attach with the owners, and sometimes the outcome of 1 or 2 seasons could change the direction of the path of the team, right? So for me, he could be that way for traveling. If he stay with the Calgary Flame, could be the end of the Sutter with the Flames. You have only
Yeah,
one more year to
absolutely.
contract, so it's not end of the world
Right.
for the Flame. But again, traveling, the situation was been since last year, and they talk each other. I'm not guarantee he is completely out now. Again, it's the
No,
owners.
I would agree. I
You
would
know,
agree with you.
it's the owner
Yeah.
who decide what really was the best for the team. But um, if you look about everything, he did a lot of great move. He just did not turn around that way. I think he picked up a lot of great. He was on the hot seat last year when they lost Goudreau and Kachuk, and he picked it up, turned around to get Huberdeau and of course Kadri, and he
Rieger.
tried to manage the salary cap around that. He cannot blame him for what he did not try to do. He did very good job. You think what he bring on the table. Um, you have to point more the goaltending situation, in my opinion, and then the relationship between Sutter and the players.
Yeah, especially the younger players,
Yeah,
where
I'm
I
sorry
don't think
about that
he's
one
as
over there.
as
Marco
effective.
Larabi is in the house. Welcome back, Mr. Marco Larabi.
Hello, Marco.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this. Tony, I have no contract with the Calgary Flame. One of the GM, I have no contract for this season. William for the upcoming season. So that's the only thing we have for the Montreal Canadiens. Very easy for that one over there, Mr. Tap. The next one I want to talk about is NHL news. The Florida Panthers, Winnipeg Jets, like you mentioned, they clinched the playoff berth yesterday on the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. And the New York Islanders won tonight. They are in, and that's conclude everything. All the 16 spot team, Mr. Tap, all be and the playoff 2023. And we want to remind everybody about that one there. Don't know how to get. You can join the NHL.com bracket link app nation. Mr. Sometimes it did not work for you. I try it. It was
No,
working for me.
I meant to say it worked. I was able to join, but there was nothing there yet,
Yeah,
obviously, because
exactly.
the brackets haven't been set up.
Exactly. Sound good. Nicholas is in the house. I saw some screens that say XO get the boot in Pittsburgh. That Bergevin could be a front runner due to the friend and play with Mario in the past. You thought about this. Um, yes, the
That's
connection
very
is there
possible.
for sure. But
Yeah.
I will said to you, Mario Lemieux does not own the team like he was before in the past. They are owned by the Boston Red Sox owners. They own the soccer team, and I don't know, it's Madrid, whatever they are. And so the conversation, Lemieux can push about that, but I'm not sure if he have a very big impact only for Mario Lemieux like he was in the past with that team. For me, I think, uh, you know, because Extal is there, but you have, is it Burke, the president of the team? I'm talking
Yeah.
about Sean Burke. It's not Sean Burke. It's
Schomburg. Yeah.
not Sean Burke.
Schomburg is the associate. What do they
The
call him? The
president of the team
associate.
that he came from the
Yeah.
Toronto Maple Leafs and Calgary. I forgot his name. No? Uh, it could be
Schomburg.
Burke, by the way, but I'm not sure. Anyhow,
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is. It is.
okay. So at the end of the night, that will be one him what they can do with him, right? So they can fire Extall. It's just take the job to him for the president for for 1 year, or they can looking. I think Pittsburgh, if they do that, they fire Extall. I think they were looking for a younger GM in NHL and not to go with the Bergevin. But the time will tell us. Definitely about that. Great point, Romain. Romain, the setup will move up to GM role, Marco Rabi said. What is the deadline for the bracket? Is game number 2. ENORTAP. Game number 2 for the bracket. Could you email me the link? I do it. I will try it normal and I could not do it. Not a problem. Ron, we're going to do that. No. Brian Burke. Here we go. I said Sean Burke, but Brian Burke.
Brian, yes.
Yeah. Thank
That's
you,
right.
Marco.
Sean's the
Have the
goalie.
Burke. Have the Burke, but I don't
Sean,
have Brian,
yeah.
in my opinion. So that's happening about this one. Mr. Nata, we have the NHL race continuous still active right now. The Carolina Hurricane 111 points versus New Jersey 110. And this again tonight, tomorrow night will be the biggest game because Carolina play the Florida Panthers, and both of them play for something. Because if Carolina win, and they win, they finish first. If they lose and the New Jersey win, now the New Jersey finish first. That's the first thing. The second thing is Florida win. They are going to play 7, and they could play again the New Jersey Devils or the Carolina Hurricane versus the Boston Bruins. So put this all together. That's when the game Carolina has very big impact for the standing tomorrow night against the Florida Panthers on that one. Secondly, you have Colorado and Dallas. Funny thing about them, both of them have 2 games to go. Compressment, many teams have only 1 game to go. Colorado is 101, 105, with Dallas 104. Another big 2 game for both teams. Again, 1 and 2, and this division is Minnesota, or possible you play again the Seattle Kraken.
Yeah, Minnesota, I don't think has a chance at first anymore.
No, Minnesota are 102. Yeah. So they are out.
Yeah.
So I was just talking about the first round. Then the Vegas go tonight with 109 and Edmonton Oilers 107. And then we have the Kings 102 and the Seattle Kraken at 100. So still have a lot of action. And the Pacific Division, honestly, you can say 1 and 2, but you cannot say who's going to finish first. You cannot say 3 and 4, but you don't know who's going to be 3 and 4. So again, Vegas. It's funny because the first position is not that Vegas finished first. So, we finished first, happy. But he could play against the Kings.
I know.
And the team does not finish first, could play this Kraken at the end. So it's not like you don't know yet. So you know what I mean? Like you said that the Colorado said, we can play the Kraken, but we play Dallas. We can play Minnesota or Minnesota. And turn around that first position. It could be at the end of the night. The Colorado, I think, could beat. If Colorado win the last 2 games in ENORTAP, are finishing at 109. Vegas, 109. If they lose the last game, they finish at 109. But the Colorado have the tiebreaker.
Colorado has more wins. Yeah, they have more.
So wins. Now Colorado can play Winnipeg. So very interesting. The way they're going to see that ENORTAP for that one. Go ahead.
I don't think that they have to. I don't think that they have to really look at it from possible matchups. At the end of the day, you have to go through whoever you have to go through. You just have to win because obviously you want to go into the playoffs on a high note. And anybody that comes in your way until the playoffs start, you're kind of sending that message that you're not going to be a team that beats me. Just kind of like we saw last night with Tampa Bay and Toronto, right?
Yeah, so you cannot be in charge about everything else. You can only control what you can control is your team right now. So a great point about that one. Something have a deal, something have a no deal. I think we know Mr. Top. We have the real deal is in the house.
Welcome, real deal.
Ms. Marcus said that we have a really crazy stat. One, the Edmonton Oilers goaltender have a save percentage 900. They only lost 3 games this season, Mr. Top.
Yeah, and you know what? Don't sleep on Skinner. I mean, this guy has produced beyond our beliefs this year. If you look at his numbers, he's been quite phenomenal. When Campbell faltered, he came in and really took over that position at the number 1 spot. So this guy could present a lot of problems for some teams in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, about that. Nicholas said another crazy stat. Eric Carlson got the eighth most takeaway puck in the entire league. For Eric Carlson, reached 100 points. What a great season he has. Can we talk about Fan Trophy? Because you have a lot of race of the trophy awards, Mr. ENORTAP. And one talk about the
Yes.
success of the King could be with or without Fiala and Villardi come back for the playoff. So it will be interesting what is going to happen with them. Mr. Top, it's time to put everybody in the bus, but we don't have to put everybody in the bus. It's time to put
Just
two
two.
of them. Richard Mullen returning. Richard is in the chat right away with speed recovery. Glad to having him aboard. We miss you terribly, Mr. Richard Mullen. We wish the best for your health. And then we have Luciano Graziano. He's in the bus, so let's put them there, Mr. ENORTAP. Here we go. Mr. Top is right now prepare his move for the night.
Celebrating.
About this one with that. Great to having you. I see that. Mr. Top, it's time to go back to the saloon of the
Uh-oh.
the warm up show, and this is the lottery. We're going to go 3 times tonight. We see what the result of this one. I think people like to see that. Are you ready on this one?
Yes. I think we're ready. Let's do this.
All right. Let's see what we got here, Mr. Top. First of all, let's see what happened.
Drum roll, please.
Here we go. Washington's jumping number 1, Mr. Tap, San Jose, and the Montreal drop of 1 position on number 6, Mr. Tap. Not a good 9. Good news for them.
Not good. Not good. Roll number 2.
The Calgary, Mr. Tap, jumping for 10 spot. Calgary jumping at 10 spot. There will be. I think Traveling's keep his job now.
Probably.
Definitely about that one. And the last time of the night. Montreal drop again 1 because Flyers are jumping for 5 position, Mr. Tap. So another great night for the Montreal Canadiens tonight. They drop 3 times from 5 to 6. That's what the most important thing when you finish to try to catch up, finish 5th, Mr. Tap. And we have 3 fun winner of the lottery. And that's happening about that one. Look about the draft pick of Ottawa to Arizona, number 12. Wow. This is a great set. So Arizona guys select number on that one. Select number 7 and number 12. Imagine that one. That's a crazy thing about that one for the Arizona Canadiens. We know the Blues select 3 times.
Players at the bottom, Coach?
So again?
Did they have the players listed at the bottom with which draft they'll take? Usually they have them right at the bottom. No, I guess not.
No. About that. Okay. So that's what we get, Mr. ENORTAP, on that draft pick of the selection. How did we move down? How this was said before? Hugh Smith is back. Superstition about that. When Mr. Danny is in the house, and welcome back in the house. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation Live show.
You can tell when Danny's here.
Yeah, it's you can see that. You can really see that, Mr. ENORTAP. About that one over there. Pick? I think you said to us, Mr. ENORTAP, you have no gel yesterday, right?
No gel because everybody was over 500.
Yeah, absolutely that. And then Luciano said he finished the game with 58 for the total of the game.
50.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, 58. What's that?
Yeah. And then Pierre Martin said, I have a 7-3-1 race car. You can check that me, please, for Rick, for Pierre Martin. Pierre Martin, I think you're not there. That's the problem you got, Mr. Pierre Martin, about that. We put, Pierre Martin is not there, Mr. ENORTAP. It's not you, maybe me.
Okay, because he should be on the spreadsheet that I sent.
I don't know. Looked like I didn't put on the right score too, so I don't know Maybe he was not on the sheet. I don't know. I would add him. There you go. That'll be add on that one over there. Next we get this. As I said, is 21, this is minus 16. I have to hit reset for before you smash is my suggestion. About this, Chicago is back in the house, no better. I predict that I would pick at 6 for Marco about that one over there. Don't forget, guys, click on the likes. That'd be awesome. But Mr. Tap, I think we did
If that's the
everything here.
case, if that's the case, I think we're looking possibly at either Smith or Benson, possibly at that position.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about Benson, for my opinion, but time will tell us. Game number 1.
Yeah, the Montreal Canadiens and the New York Islanders, ladies and gentlemen. This has a lot of importance for the Islanders. I don't think that they want to go through what they went through the other night, where they had their destiny in their hands and they let it slip through their hands. But they were given a mulligan last night when Pittsburgh lost, and I'm going to say that they're not going to mess with it again tonight. We're going to see Sorokin in net against Monty. Sorokin had a bad night the other night. I doubt he comes back with 2 bad nights in a row. The Islanders, they are currently 4th in the Metro Division, and if they beat the Habs tonight, as we know, they'll be in the playoffs. So I expect them. I expect them to come out flying and take probably an early 1 or 2 goal lead, and then they're going to play that that big, stingy type of hockey that they always do once they have the lead, and they're going to rest on that the rest of the way. And I mean, you could see a number of goals here if Monty doesn't stand up to the challenge tonight. But whoever meets up with the Islanders in the playoffs is not going to have an easy time, because this is the kind of team that's built for playoff action. They're big, they're rugged, they can skate fast, they're strong defensively, and most importantly, they have a very, very good goalie. And that's always a nightmare for teams. But for tonight, I'm going to take the Islanders to win this one by a score of, I'll go with 4-2, but I could have gone higher.
4-2, Mr. ENORTAP. Here's the situation with Mr. ENORTAP. I go with 5-2 for Islanders. But Montembeault have a save percentage of 9-1 and something against Islanders this year. The first of all, for them, Gallagher play always good against the Islanders tonight. I expect Gallagher have 1 goal with 1 assist with 2 points tonight. I'll be surprised. And I'll be surprised if Montembeault is crazy and the Islanders lost 3-2.
No, I sincerely doubt they'll lose this. I don't care how much Montembeault stands on his head. I just don't see the Islanders taking, messing around with destiny here twice now, and losing to teams that they should have beat. But yeah, I guess anything can happen. But and you know what? If that happens, they don't deserve to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's like happening with Pittsburgh. But it's a year where everything is crazy.
It is. And to answer Danny's questions, when we make selections, we don't make it based on favoritism. We make it based on our knowledge of what's going to happen for that evening. And maybe that's how you should be thinking about it too, Danny.
Well, you're really nice about the way they said that. After he said that to you, you should
Yes.
tell him, check the leaderboard on the standing, Danny.
I
Who
was
in the
gonna
top?
I was gonna go there, but then I took the high road. It's okay.
And then he asked me all the time why I'm not live with you, coach. And that's the reason why he's not live, Mr. Top.
You see, Danny, you dig your own grave.
Mr. Top, game number 2 tonight, Dallas Stars versus the Blues.
Yes, and it's confirmed Wedgwood against Toffer. So we have both backup goaltenders in net here for these 2 teams. the Stars have won 4 straight games heading into tonight's game against the Blues. They still have a chance to win the Central Division since they're only 1 point behind the Avalanche with 2 games remaining. The Blues, on the other hand, have nothing really left to play for, and they're missing several key players due to injuries. So I would look for the Stars to take care of business on the road as they are in the process of preparing for the playoffs. The Central Division has remained very tight at the top between the Avalanche, Stars, and Wild down the stretch, and it really seems like uh, the Wild have kind of now settled for third based on last night's loss. But the Stars have a chance, like I said earlier, to win this, and the only thing they can do is control their own fate and try to win their remaining 2 games that they have left. So I think they'll do that tonight, and they'll win by a margin of 4-2.
Sorry about that. So we want to welcome back Mr. Sébastien is in the house. Vigneault and Rick Bengal are in the house, Mr. ENORTAP.
Welcome, guys.
What's the final score, Mr. ENORTAP?
4-2 for me.
4-2, Mr. ENORTAP, for you. Thanks so much about this one there. 4-3, Mr. ENORTAP.
4-3.
Yeah. That'll be the one. I'll be there. I don't think so. We'll miss anybody. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. If you don't mind, that'd be great if you can do that. Game number 3 of the evening, Mr. ENORTAP, is going to be the Calgary Flame versus the San Jose Sharks. This is the game, so you know what? Better to watching. Go to Sally Davern and talking with Danny.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well, here the interesting thing is, and I'm looking forward to this, is Wolf has been confirmed as the starter for Calgary tonight against Kakkonen. So it's his opportunity to shine tonight. I think the pressure right now, because they're out of the playoffs, is off of Calgary's back. They're a team that the metrics did not meet up with their destiny this year, and by that I mean they had some of the best numbers 5-on-5. They had the best expected goals, one of the best expected goals percentages in the league, and yet that wasn't realized as well. You couple that together with the fact that they also had trouble with Chicago, and here we are, right? They're out of the playoffs. San Jose, they traveled to Calgary to take them on tonight. The Flames have won the previous 3 meetings and have a great chance to sort of sweep the series tonight. And I think that's what will happen. As we know, neither team is going to the playoffs, so there isn't much to play for here. But despite that, I still think that they're going to. Some players are playing for contracts next year, and some of the younger kids are coming up, like Wolf that we mentioned, and they obviously want to shine. So it's going to be a competitive game, but I think Calgary has the much better talent outside of a couple players on San Jose. Really, there isn't much there. Starting with Carlson as probably their number 1 offensive threat. So I'm going to take Calgary to win this one by a score of 5-2.
Right, you go. Also, I'll just give an answer. 4-2, Mr. ENORTAP, for me.
Okay.
5-2.
Not much difference tonight.
Not much on that one again. We consider the week the same score tonight. Again, Wolf is a stud. Luciano, Sébastien talk about the Buffalo. I believe Matt Coronato is in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. Matt Coronato could be in the house. Could play tonight for the Calgary Flames.
Gotcha.
Could be happy about that. Mr. ENORTAP, we're going to go back right here. We have a couple of minutes here, but I want to mention, everybody, I did another video on my YouTube channel. This is not a great one, but it's not a great one. But this is a Salt Crown 2023, the Festival of the Water. So I'm ready. I got my my water gun now. I have my shirt. I have.
Is
So
that
if you want
a
to watching my video, I did it with my friend, and then we did together and talking about what is the tradition between the Songkran and Thailand. So this is a new year. So here today is the first day of the 3 days of the new year in Thailand, and the purpose behind that is the first of all is the end of the dry season. We're going to hit now the raining season for the next couple of months. We are in the middle of the summer, 109 Fahrenheit yesterday in Thailand. And thirdly, this is the time for the water. They try to wash up the bad luck of what happening the year prior, and they prepare the new one on this. So this is a tradition happening. They put water everywhere. Yesterday was not the first day officially, but I wasn't tuk, and then a smarty guy just pushed me water on my
so it sounds
with a gun.
sounds like it's a wet t-shirt contest or something like
Something
that.
like that. Yeah, absolutely right about this. So I have my, I bought all the stuff, the equipment, the shirt, the necklace. I bought the gun. I got my case for protect my phone. I have my GoPro ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to be live, not live streaming, but I'll be live inside of this middle of this crazy time. But this is only
I'm
next
sure you
week.
will be.
So, but it starts again today. So, and Pattaya is not 3 days, it's 5 days. So, 13, to 14, 15, and 18, 19. So, I'll just give a briefly what is the tradition behind it. She talked to us about what's all about the crazy Songkran 2023. This is the first time they have it for the last 4 years because of COVID. It's huge in Bangkok and Chiang Mai. The elephant throw water. They have the bucket water. They have the truck water. And look like the fire department is part of this show. So I don't know how this works, Mr. Tap. We'll let you know about that one over there. It's during the day. And we'll
Take
see.
good video, coach.
With definitely my video will be turned on for that one over there. So
I hear we have somebody in the green room.
Yeah, someone is agreeing, oh, but he's stuck over there, unfortunately, for that one over there, Mr. Tap. I cannot bring him on that. Some we get, I reset the software. I didn't have no screen at 3 people. Never happened yet. We have 3 people at the show, so I cannot bring anybody, unfortunately.
Sorry, Danny.
Yeah, something about that one over there. So 3 games tonight, Mr. Tap. We are almost at the end of the show. We may be shut down a little bit earlier tonight because we have another game. We're going to do a play-by-play commentary, Montreal Canadiens versus the New York Islanders. And that's what we got. Mr. Top, what you thinking tonight? What you're going to happen? Tweets fun game. And, this is the Islanders have this on their hands.
They absolutely do. And like I was saying earlier, Coach, there's no way that they can blow this. If they do, it's their fault. I'm looking forward to the debut of Wolf and see how he does. And Dallas won't go away. They want first place in that division. We'll see if they can get it at the end of the day.
You're absolutely right. Between this, Montreal can play another game. There will be game number 81. They have 2 to go tonight, Islanders, and tomorrow again Boston Bruins. As the fans of the Blue and Rose, the only thing we don't want is a W, or we don't like to see that. But they don't tell the tank. But the fact what they have their team right now, you can see that one over there. They go in that direction. Hopefully, they can see number 5 and can go all the way back. We invite everybody. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow night for the warm-up show because we have 15 games on the program tomorrow night. Play-by-play Montreal Canadiens. Then we're going to be off a couple of days because nothing's going on around the league. Then we'll be back Sunday morning at Branch your Sunday rendezvous with Marco Larabie. And Sunday night, AB Nation Live Tonight Show with Mr. Tap. Both shows are going to go report card and the overview of the Montreal Canadiens. So a lot of conversation about the Montreal Canadiens. We'll welcome back Gary Cournoyer, knocked the door at the end of the show, Mr. Tap. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. We appreciate everybody, guys, who've been here since the day 1 of the warm-up show in October. You've been with us all the way to the end. We have one more to go together, Mr. Tap, after 2 years. So let's see what's happening tomorrow night. And let's finishing this show properly on the right foot. But before we do, we want to remind you, Mr. Tap, one more thing, because you are the one. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Always a pleasure to tell you, Mr. Top, you have greatness inside of you. Thanks so much, everybody, to be a part of the great warm-up show. Until then, be well, be healthy, find a way not only to dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the first half of what?
Year 2023.
You did it again. Have an amazing, great night, Mr. Top. I can wait to see you a little bit later at the next
night,
show
Coach.
of the Hockey Nation Live show.
Good night, Hockey Nation.